model. Alright. You want to work? Alright, let's work.
I know the baby down for me. I know the baby. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my rock Chevy, making my way through these streets. I got a pretty little something at the house. I know she down for me. I know she down. I know the baby down for me. I know the baby. I know the baby down for me. I know the baby. I know the baby down for me. I know the baby down for me. I know the baby. She sprang to the game till I taught about it. Now she quit to serve a jug and sell her friend some Molly. And when we step up in the club, she drinking out the bottle. Got real niggas in my session going for a throttle. Her last boyfriend was lame, he was never poppin'. He threw away all of her clothes, so I took her shopping. Fuck that nigga, take this money, spend it all on you. Do anything to see you happy, I'm that type of dude. Keep it 100 with me, I can't fuck with you. I wrote a letter to my ex and dropped that in the pool. And I be back on my bitch shine if you play with me too. You fucking with one of the realest in the city, baby.
Y'all already know what it is. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show, and I'm your host. I go by the name of Sion919, and I'm excited about today's show. All the way from Jacksonville, Florida, actress, model, artist, TV personality, business owner. She's definitely grinding, yo, and I'm excited about her being on the show. So without any further ado, y'all, let's bring her to the stage. She goes by the name of Sabrina, the model. Still, how you feeling?
Hey, coming up swinging. Hold on.
All right, yo, we just seen the promo video. You doing your thing. For the people that out there that may not be familiar with you, let's let them know where you're from.
Hey, this your girl Sabrina the model. I am from Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. I now am living in Houston, Texas. So I'm representing for 2 states, man.
I feel you on that, yo. So growing up in Duval, let's talk about it, yo. It's a big city. You know what I'm saying? Duval, the name holds weight. So tell me what that was like growing up in Jacksonville.
It was good. I actually grew up in Orange Park, which is right outside of Jacksonville. And when I graduated, I moved to Jacksonville. But it was good. I started my career there back in 2015, and I got nothing but love. That's where I began like my promoting and different stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to Jacksonville.
All right. Okay. So let's take it back to the early days. Like, what were some of your early inspirations that got you inspired to want to be a model, dancer, promoter?
I would say my dad. My dad started me in front of the camera as a little girl. He always loved music, and he used to like record me and like dance for the camera and do this, and I used to just be there dancing for hours. And he helped me develop that love for the camera. I just always wanted to be in front of the camera. And from there, I went to, being in dance classes to being in ballet. And as I got older, I noticed like I just had a thing for fashion, like my own little style. And I started like playing dress up with my friends, and I would just put on different little stuff around the house and take pictures with the little Polaroid cameras and print out. And I just always just liked the camera and just being pretty in front of the camera.
Right. Now I feel you on that. So around what age do you remember, the farthest back that you can remember, around what age do you think you took your first picture that you remember and knew what you was doing?
Probably like 3.
About
Like
3 years old.
I was like posing early.
Wow.
Yeah, really early. I was just like, you know how little girls be or whatever.
Right.
I had my favorite little outfits I always wanted to put on and stuff. So yeah, early age.
Okay, so you definitely had it. You were born star with it. So
Yes.
in the beginning, so now you're playing dress up. Were you wearing your clothes, or were you dressing up with your mom clothes? Who clothes was you dressing up with?
I was wearing my clothes. I even would tell my friends, I'm like, hey girl, bring that over so I could, as I started getting older as a teenager, like, let me borrow that shirt or whatever. And I would wear my friends' stuff, just whatever that was different. Or just whatever I could find around the house, whether it even be like the little sweatsuits we used to wear back in the day. My dad used to have some of those. I used to put them on with the baggy clothes, and just kind of different things to just put in different looks. And I just want to just be in front of the camera, just doing something.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let me ask you, do you remember any of your early inspirations, like people that you might have admired at the time when you was growing up?
I always like Tyra Banks.
Tyra.
She just, when she was Victoria's Secret, she just seemed like a go-getter, and she wanted to have her hands in different stuff too. And she seemed like a businesswoman. And then she had her talk show, and she reminded me a lot like myself, just how she was. And I was like, you know what? I want to be like that. Like, I want to have my hands dipped in different things. And I always kind of looked up to her. So.
Yeah, definitely Tyra Banks, definitely doing the thing, definitely an icon. And when it comes to model and the fashion industry, she took it to a whole nother level. So I definitely understand that. So let's take me back to Jacksonville. You're growing up outside of Jacksonville, to be correct. What was the scene like? What was the music at the time? What was the vibe out there?
The vibe, of course, is down south. We listen to stuff like Trina Trick Daddy, stuff like that. Plies. It was real cool. Everybody was real cool. And I mean, once I got out there as the model, like I kind of picked up pretty fast. It was nothing but love. I've been around like artists since I was 13 years old. Actually, one of my boyfriends was he was in the studio, so he used to have me in the studio with him, and that's how I learned and started developing a love for like underground artists. And he used to teach me little things, and from there, as I got older, I'm like, man, I want to be around artists. I want to, work with them. And that's how I developed like the artist side of it, just being in the studio, at a young age. But, growing up in Jacksonville, it was pretty good. It's gotten, the crime has got worse, but, the scenes, I'm not sure how everybody is doing out there. I still do talk to people out there, but yeah, like that's where I started. In my city, they lifted me up, and they treated me like a queen. So,
right.
Look.
That's important right there, to have your city behind you and the support out there. So let me ask you, how hard was it breaking into the modeling industry?
It wasn't hard at all. I was just nervous because I'm like, when I came out, I was coming out on the clothing line thing, but when I noticed that my pictures of me as the boss was getting more likes, I'm like, let me try this. But I wasn't really nervous. I was just like skeptical, like, dang, I don't know how to start. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't have nobody to tell me what to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it by myself. So I opened my pages up. I was like one of the last to probably join Facebook. Everybody was popping on Facebook. Well, I was like, I don't need no Facebook, and Instagram and all that. But once I got on, I just really was like, you know what? I need a photo shoot. Like, how can I promote myself? It was really just off the top. Right. And so I started working with a lady I worked with. She was a photographer. And I did one of my first shoots in a bikini. And from there, like, I just blossomed. And I started doing photo shoots and started promoting myself. Then from there, I found out about different little groups, and then clubs started pulling me, and just slowly I was like learning. But how I carried myself as if I knew, like I had been doing this
already.
Yeah, like even though I didn't know nothing, I carried myself like, hey, I know what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna need that. Like I carried myself real high. Right. So I just took off with it, and I just did it myself. I was never with an agency or nothing.
Oh wow! So self-taught. So let me ask you a question. You said you was going to start a clothing line. So what type of clothing line and what type of clothes were you going to have?
I actually had started it. It was just going to be some little snapback hats, and just little stuff that people print, how we make our stuff. Right. And I don't want to put the name out there in case I ever come back with it, but okay. I had started it. I printed everything up, and I ended up putting on the back. I actually ended up throwing all my merchandise away.
Threw it away.
Literally, yes.
Wow.
Dumbest thing ever. Don't tell nobody.
Did you get frustrated? Or what happened? What made you throw it away?
I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to do modeling.
And just fresh start.
I had bins of stuff, and now some of the hats, I did keep the hats. Right. But like the shirts, I tossed them. Wow. I was like, nah, like, I guess I was growing. I was like, nah, I don't really want to do that. And I just went straight into the modeling.
All right. So I want to backtrack a little bit. because you always been photogenic. So in
Mhm.
school, were you modeling? What was you doing in school, and what type of style did you have? Were you always the butterfly that you are now, or did you have to come out your shell, or how was it?
I
Miss
was never
Popular?
shy.
Right.
Again, like my parents were very open parents, so like again, my dad had me in front of the camera, so I was never shy. I was always the class clown, always trying to make people laugh, and yeah, I used to do well. Back when I was in school, we had the little Nokia phones, so
Right.
there wasn't really no cameras on there, but we used to take pictures with the Polaroids.
Wow.
Uh, and I still have my same style today. I always like my crop tops,
Right.
maybe baggy pants or tight jeans, like my combat boots. Like I just always have my own style.
Right.
And I just knew I just wanted to be different. I don't want to be like other people. And if I seen that I was straying that way, I was like, nah, I'm gonna go this way, and I just
Right.
always wanted to do my own thing.
To be original. So let me
I
ask you
always
a
like to
question.
stand out. Like, I don't know, like I've never been conceited or anything, but I just always was confident. And I'm just like, I just want to stand out. Like I like the attention on me when it comes to the modeling, because I'm like, that's how you grow. You gotta have attention on you. So you have to have that confidence.
Right. Okay. So now you're doing your photo shoots and stuff like that. So let me ask you, okay, so being a female that's into fashion, you have a certain style. Let me ask you, is this a opinion question? It's not a right or wrong answer. Janet Jackson or Aaliyah? Control Janet Jackson, Aaliyah. Whose style would you pick? Would you say
Aaliyah
you
first.
still Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Okay, so all right, I see, like you said, with the crop tops, I see a lot of. It's kind of similar, not the same.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you feel about her?
I always loved her style. She was slim like me, and just she had that figure, and her style was a lot like mine. I mean, I guess that's how we all dressed, back in the day. It's
Right,
just I kind of still roll with it.
right,
While everybody's on the new era, I'm still like on that old era, and I think that's what's making me stand out. Like I'm still doing that thing, and I always like Aaliyah. I'm like, dang, we thinking like we got a lot of the same style,
right,
and I used to wear my hair like that, straight. I used to do
right,
the cornrows, just, our trend back in the day. It's just, I kind of still do it now.
right. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's definitely representing is bringing back the culture. So let me
Mm-hmm.
ask you. I heard you get a little busy on the dance floor. So like,
Yeah.
yo, when did you first get into? When did you get into the dancing and stuff like that?
I was in dancing, I want to say around 3. I used to do like recitals and stuff back in California. I used to live in San Diego.
Wow.
My dad was in the military, so I was in dance class out there, and I was in ballet. So that's where I got started. Once we moved to Florida, I didn't even do any dance. I used to just dance, like go to
Okay.
little teen clubs and stuff like that. I was always on the dance floor, and I mean, I've been clubbing since I was 13. So
She was
yeah.
13. So let me ask you. So you got a lot of experience. So give me 3 songs that is like they come on. You about to tear the dance floor up.
Juvenile, back that ass up. Um, Probably that drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Cash Money.
Yeah. Then what's that other song? I think it's called Freak. Is it Freako? By is it? I think Cash Money too, ain't it? Isn't it called Freako?
Yeah. So okay, I'm surprised, right? So okay, I'm just gonna ask. You represent Florida. No Luke Skywalker. No Doodle Brown. None of that. That don't do it. It's Cash Money.
Yeah, I like Cash Money.
Yo, that's dope. So yo, that's real. I'm just getting your opinions. Okay, so you dance for a little bit. You move now to Florida. You're gonna start the clothing line, but instead you start noticing that people they're liking the pictures more than they're liking the business. So tell me what happened next.
So from there, I had put the clothing on hold, and I started doing photo shoots. I got linked up with one photographer. Once I did that one photo shoot, other photographers started reaching out to me.
Right.
And it was different ones. Shout out to James Jesser, Ed Denson. I worked with them a lot of times. They did some of my top pictures. And we just started to begin to create magic. That's before I was like tattooed up, And we did shoots all the time, and I started getting busy. I was probably doing like probably 3 to 4 photo shoots a week, and, on top of working. And then I started getting pulled into clubs and them having me become special guests, because it's like at that time I was building a name for myself, and they're like, well, at that time I was going by Sabrina, and then everybody would start hitting me up like, well, Sabrina, like, what do you do? Like, I seen your picture, but what do you do? And I'm like, I got tired of it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw the model in there. I promise you, back in 2015, nobody had the model behind
the model. Wow.
Nobody had the model. So I put the model behind my name, and I was like, I'm tired of this. So I started doing that. I had got me a logo made. I created my own website. I started branding myself. I started wearing my stuff with my name on it. I was just like, I'm gonna be different from everybody else. Models not doing that. They're not doing that. And then when Facebook came out with the live, I started going live with my photo shoots, and then I noticed it's like a trend. Everybody started doing it. Like,
so the thing about when you can trendsetter, being in the front is always a good thing, because like while you doing the next, they got to catch up. That means you in the front. So you're doing it right. So let me ask you, okay, so now you got experience now. You're skilled model. I done seen you. You're coaching and everything. Now, let's talk about the beginning. Like, what things did you struggle with, if any, when you first started modeling?
Probably on what to charge. At the beginning, I kind of just did a couple free things just to be like, okay, I got something under my belt.
Right.
And then after that, I was like, no, I'm gonna start charging, because I'm gonna set myself high. And I was just like, dang, I don't know what to charge. Like, what? So I had to kind of create my own fees. Like, I had nobody to teach me, and I probably said that was the hardest thing, is just what to charge.
Right. Okay. So let me ask you, okay, because there's a lot of models out here. They've been modeling for years. They're not getting to the money. Around what time, how many shoots in did you say, wait a minute, have you always been like that? I'm going to get my money. You always been about the money. You seem like a boss type. So you always been about the money. So it's like you come in.
I would say the photo shoots, I didn't just start charging because I had to get some photo shoots under my belt. But the moment that them clubs started hitting me up to special guests, to, to be on their flyers, I was charging off rip with that, because I'm like, that's promotion.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need, pay for that. But the photo shoots, I started just doing free, starting off.
Okay, that makes sense. Was it kind of like time for Prince?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me ask you, being a model, what part of modeling do you enjoy the most, and what type of themes do you prefer?
I would classify myself, I like anything sexy. I do like high fashion, but it's not really, I'll do it, but it's not really my lane. It's not something that I'd like, oh, I want to do that again. I'll do it if somebody called me to do a job to do that. But as far as my own shoots, like, I like to be different. If you look at my page and look at my shoots, I try to do stuff that people don't really do. And I do have some shoots coming up this year where I'm trying to just do some different things, because I'm like, everybody's doing the lingerie, just the same old stuff, the regular outfits, the jeans, like, how can I be different? So I'm starting to do costumes. You feel me? Like,
right. Where you had that. You was the maid. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. That was a dope shoot. So where do you get inspiration to do these shoots?
My brain, God, like, I don't look at anybody. I really don't. I don't search other model stuff. Like, I really just come off and be like, okay, what can I do to be different? What can I do to make me stand out that nobody's doing? And I try to think of what I've seen just scrolling through Facebook or whatever. But I don't go to any models pages and be like, oh, let me see. Like, no, because I don't want to do what you did.
Right. That makes sense right there. So let me ask you, do you remember your first professional shoot? Do you remember it?
Yes.
What was going through your mind? Like, yo, you was ready to knock it out? Was you a little nervous? What was going on?
I was not. I was just wanting to see my pictures and how I looked on that camera.
Wow. So, all right, I know some models, they struggle with faces. They struggle with poses. You just a born natural. Like, yo, this is what I do.
Yeah, but it did take me time to find my look. Like, I had to do different looks, and just to be like, you know what, do I like that? But see, one thing about me is I study my stuff. And I always tell everybody, it don't matter what industry you're in, critique your stuff. You're your best critic. So like any video I'm in or anything, I look at it. I watch it probably a million times. Any photo shoot I do, I probably look at the picture a million times. When I do post on my stories, I'll probably watch my story a million times because I want to just see, how I could be better, or just do something different next time.
To improve. Okay, so all right, let me ask you because I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you on video. You look the same as the photos. So it ain't all right. They ain't doing the switcheroo.
No. Yeah, everybody say that too, especially when they see me in person. They're like, "Oh my God, you're more beautiful in person." I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it should be the same,
Well, come on now. Nobody's the same. You meet somebody, you might meet a guy in the club, and he got a head full of hair. The light come on. He got a spray paint on his head.
I'm dead.
Everybody's faking it out nowadays. So it's like, I can say the proof is in the pudding. You're just as beautiful in real life as you are in the shoot. So let me ask you, okay, you don't do a lot of makeup.
I don't. Like a lot of times I wear my natural hair out. I do my own makeup in my shoots, and I try to do it to where it still looks good. But to where you can see I have makeup, but kind of more natural, just to show, it's a lot of women out there who want to do, might want to be a model and think they got to cake this stuff up on their face, and they might have to be a certain size or whatever, but no, you don't. You don't have to be a certain size. You don't have to be skinny. You can be whatever, and you can be yourself. And you don't have to cake all this makeup on your face to be a model. And so I'm just trying to bring something different for my women to show you can still do it. Be a little more natural and still, be a model. So I just want to be an idol and just show something different.
That's dope. And you rocking it natural. I see you be switching it up. You do the braids. You rocking your natural hair. So let me ask you, okay, this is another opinion question, no right or wrong. What's up with everybody going to get supersized up? What's your take on that? Is that where the industry is going, or what's going on with that?
I'm not going to do that. And to all my ladies, like, y'all are beautiful without that. You don't have to do that because, again, it could cause problems to your body down the line. Like, just people got to take you how it is. That's how I feel. And I'm very slim, I'm short. I'm only 5'5". But like, I'm not doing all that. You're either going to take me and like me for how I am, but I'm just basically trying to put us slim, natural girls back on the map. And again, just trying to set an example to my ladies. Like, look, we could do it. We don't got to be dolled up and Barbie dolled up. We don't have to do it. And, I'm not throwing no shade because I would never do that. I love all my women, no matter what you look like. But, we can look good regardless.
Nah, I feel you on that. I think Drake said in the lyric one time, sweatpants, no makeup on. So
and people say I'm even prettier when I don't have no eyeliner on or nothing. They're like, you're even prettier. You don't need no makeup. And I used to never wear no eyeliner or anything. I might wear a little light lip gloss, but I really don't do a lot of that stuff.
Okay, and you're definitely working it. So now you found your look, you found your niche.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, what things have you learned over the years from being in the modeling industry? And again, you did it on your own. So you're self-made, no agency, no management, no booking. You learn on your own.
You have to have a good support system behind you. You have to, if you want to be in the industry, you have to be a supporter to get far. Nobody's going to want anybody that's stuck up. And I guess that's why a lot of people want to work with me, because when they meet me, they're like, man, you're so humble. Like, you're so cool. Like, I thought you would have been stuck up. And I'm like, heck no, like, I'm one of the coolest people. And it draws people to me, and then they refer me. They like, man, Sabrina Mom, she own it, man. And she cool. And people love me. It's just because I'm going to uplift that next woman or that next man before I even uplift myself, That's just me. So you just got to have a good support system of people. And if they don't support you, they don't need to be around.
Yeah, and that's real right there. You just said a mouthful right there. If they don't support, they don't need to be around. Or if it's negative, if they're always negative, sometimes you have to move yourself. But I like what you're doing. You're standing for confidence, self-love. You're empowering other people. So let me ask you, were you always this way, or is this something that you had to work on, or it was natural?
That's just me. I guess that's I always tell people it's my calling. Like, my calling is just to help others and to empower and uplift. And I was called to, I guess, do it through my modeling,
Wow.
So I'm just, and through the entertainment industry, because everywhere I go, and I always, you know, if I go to a showcase or I might go to this, I tell a guy real quick, but I see you, boy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, salute, like, I see you grinding, like, you know, I'm very encouraging. I'm like, keep pushing, man, and bump that. And when I perform, I always say a message on the mic, like, I'll give a message to the audience, and it's like, keep grinding, keep going, no matter who supports you. Like, I always try to give something encouraging before I leave, somehow, you know.
Okay, so let me ask you. All right, so you built your brand. You're doing your photo shoots and stuff like that. This is right around the time the clubs start calling for the promotion. How did you get your name out? For, you know, it's so hard getting started. Was it kind of like one of those things where it's like, I know for women, it's like y'all can throw a picture up there, get 700 likes. I try that, I might get 3. If I put a hat on, I might get 10. But if I take my hat off, I might get 3 likes. So was it just natural for you, or did you have to come up with a strategy to build your brand?
It was really just natural for me, and a lot of it I think was me wearing like my natural hair, because everybody's like, "Dang, you're real natural," you know, and it just came natural for me. I started off with the selfies, and then from the selfies I went to I was like, let me try it. That's kind of when I seen, I was like, I did a selfie and I was like, okay, like the selfies look good. So then I went to the photo shoots, you know, and I just knew that I could do it. I just had to really find myself and find my look. You know, that was the toughest part. Because it took me a few photo shoots to be like, I don't like this, okay, yeah, whatever, you know. Even though my pictures still came out good, you know.
Right. Okay. So how long did it take you to learn your poses, and what's your favorite go-to pose? I know y'all got like 3 at all times where it's like,
yeah, I would say my hands on my hips with my legs crossed and kind of up would be that's like my signature pose. I probably maybe 2 years it took me.
2 years. All right. What about your face? Can you smile with your eyes and stuff like that?
Yeah, I can. A lot of my stuff I do, I look serious, and everybody's like, "Why do you look so serious?" I'm like, I can't help it. Like, I get into a zone when I'm in front of the camera. Like, you have to like blank out, and I get real serious. I get on my business, you know. Thing.
Okay, so let me ask you: were you always that way, or did you have to develop that?
I was really always that way. I mean, it's always room for improvement. So like if I go to a shoot and I work with this photographer, he might like do this or try this, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that does work. So it's always room to learn new stuff. You know, I don't know everything, you know.
Wow.
There's more advanced people than me. So I'm always willing, if I'm doing something wrong, like tell me, or, you know, I even from my fans, if they think I should do this or do that, I listen, and I'm like, you know what, I appreciate you. Thank you for the feedback. And I might try, you know, just to see how it goes.
Right. You never know until you try. And the thing with you, like, yo, looking at the pictures, you would think, okay, she's stuck up, she's gonna have a nasty attitude. Yo, you're cool. You're definitely cool, girl next door. So let me ask you, what was your favorite 3 photo shoots in the beginning? Like the themes, which 3 do you enjoy the most? Or did you enjoy doing?
One I did Jacksonville by the water. I had a red bikini on. And I had my hair real wild. They told me I look like Cher. I don't know if you know who Cher is.
I know Cher is.
Yeah, they swear I look like her. Another one I did with the city behind me, Jacksonville downtown behind me, and at night. My pictures, that's probably where my pictures really took off, from them downtown pictures with the city behind me. I kind of had my hands on my hips on one, and I was looking down, and I had my hair kind of like this, but I had it out. And I got so, like, that picture right there just took me. What else? And then my signature picture. I have a picture of it. I could grab the poster to show it to you. If
you want to grab it?
You want to grab it?
You got a model walk out though.
It's right here. Yeah.
Now you got a model walk out. If you can grab it.
Okay, hold on.
All right, yo, we live. The proof in the pudding. Sabrina the model, y'all. Tap in the comments, yo. It's going down.
So right here.
Oh wow, that is dope.
So this was this is like my baby. This was like one of my main pictures.
Wow.
It's kind of blurry because, back then, our camera pixels and all that wasn't,
The same.
but I signed it and I printed it, but this was one of the pictures that took me far too. Just that simple picture of me at the beach,
Wow. So let me ask you, who came up with the concept, the color scheme?
Me. All my stuff I do. All my concepts. Every photo shoot you do is my concept. My outfits, I do everything.
Wow. So you already coming in with the vision. That's a dope. That's like something you would see in a high-end magazine.
Yeah. That's the baby right there. So I need to repost that picture. I might do that one day, just be like where it all started, because that was my first beach shoot. And that's one of the ones that took me real far.
Okay, and it's definitely still. So if that's in the beginning, it still looks good. Like if you shot it today, I noticed not as many tattoos then. I don't think you had no tattoos then.
I had one right here to start off.
Okay, so that's the first one you got?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean to you?
No, not this one. It's covered up now. It was a cover up.
Okay.
But at the time it was my kid's father.
Okay.
On there.
Yeah,
no, that's cool. It was my kid's father, but I got it covered up. And then my second tattoo was this flower right here. It was just the flower that said Sabrina, which is my nickname.
Right. Without
all the other stuff around it. So.
Wow. So you got both sleeves going on. How many tattoos do you have in total? That many. Wow. Was it like, you got one and got addicted, or how did it happen?
Yes. I always knew since I was little, I was like, man, I want to be tatted. I just always loved the art. And I used to be like, I want piercings. And I used to have my tongue pierced. I got my labret right here. I got my nose. But I always knew I wanted to be tatted up. And I just started getting them probably when I was like, I started late. I probably started like 5 years ago. Honestly, I got all these tattoos in like 5 years. 4 years, maybe no, less than that. I started about 5 years ago, but I got it in probably like a 2-year span. All my tattoos, I was just moving. I was getting like 2 at a time.
Right, and the thing is like you got all over your back. You got, and then it's like you got pieces. So like, okay, which 3? I'm pretty sure they all mean something, but which 3 is the most?
This one, it's hard to see it, but I got loyalty right here.
Right.
I'm very loyal. That's one of my main pieces. My back, it's kind of hard to show it, but I have praying hands and a cross on my back. I would say that because God is always good. And then the other one I would probably say the one on my lower back, they say through it all I remain strong. Wow. Just because I've been through a lot. But those are just my 3. But my number 1 favorite is my green heart, which I recently just got that right here. Wow. So like when I post, I always put the green heart. It's like my signature. And I was like, everybody does red heart, but green is like my favorite color, money, whatever. But it's the stitched up heart. Because I've been heartbroken on different things, and I feel like I'm trying to patch my heart. So
all right, so now we're gonna step to the elephant in the room. We're gonna get real, because you brought it up. You said your heart's been broke. So this is the misconception. People looking from the outside in, the beauty. Let's talk about the beauty and the curse. And because people from the outside, like, I'll marry her tomorrow. They don't know what you really go through.
It's a lot of them.
Right. So let's talk about the heartbreaks, and let's talk about the misconception of the beautiful girl. She gets everything she wants. It don't always work that way. Let's talk about it.
I think the problem is that I've always had is I'm such a caterer and I'm such a loving woman, and I nurture to where the men, they get used to me being like that, to where they back down and stop doing so much, because they're like, oh, she got me. Wow. And it's like they may start getting insecure, because then now they're like, oh, I don't want nobody else to get her, so I'm gonna be uptight. And then in fact, it's causing arguments. And they're pushing me away, because I'm like, you don't need to do that. Like, you know what I mean? But they be so uptight with me where they want to keep me on lock, to where, I don't want nobody else to get her. But in fact, you're pushing me away. I've always had an issue with consistency with men. Like, it's not that hard. Like, whatever you do to get me, keep doing that, it's like they stop. They get lazy. I don't understand.
Right.
But I just give, so I don't know how to give a little when I'm in a relationship. How people like, oh, I give a little, I give a little. You know, you don't open up. I open fully up, and I give my all, and that's where they may not give their all, and that's where I tend to get hurt from doing that. But I don't know how to give a little. Like, I'm trying to learn to, you know, kind of be a little more to watch and pay attention to red flags on certain things. So that's always been my issue too, is paying attention to the red flags.
Okay. So when you're in, you're all in. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But you said inconsistency from the men. So let me ask you, how does your career, you think your career affects, you think men are intimidated by your career? What's your take?
Yeah, I can speak on my ex. We broke up because he couldn't handle it. I feel he was very insecure. He didn't like me doing what I do. And he just really wasn't supportive. I feel like I was moving at a faster pace. And he would throw it in my face, like he hated how men loved me. And you know, I'm just like, well, you got with me like this, but I felt like he thought he was gonna change me. And I'm just that type, like I'm on some power couple type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, however you met me, like if that was you, I'm gonna be like, all right, baby, we need to do this. Like, and we're gonna shine and we're gonna rise together. I'm not gonna hate on you, you don't hate on me, but it wasn't like that. And it was a lot of hate. He hated my spotlight, how it don't matter where I go, people love me, people flock to me, and I just have a good spirit and I can't help that. Like, I'm a good person, and he couldn't handle it, you know. So
so let me ask you, okay, with dating, do you date in the industry or no industry for you? You want a regular person, or do you
I'm up to whatever. I just want a good man. At first I said I didn't want no more industry men because I've done that. They like the girls, and you know, he was an artist. I've done the artist before, and they just so worried about the girls, and you know, wanting all the girls around to where they don't want nothing serious, or I'll be willing to just walk out the relationship because of other women. But I'm not gonna limit, because you know, a good man could come around who is in that, and I'm okay with dating somebody in the industry, because then we can help each other. I'm in it, so why not my man be in it? You know, because then he'll understand. So either way, I'm cool with whatever, you know.
Okay, so what are some things you learned from the younger you to now? If you could go back and give yourself some advice, what advice would you give yourself about men?
That you got to be yourself. You can't stop being yourself for nobody. And if that person doesn't support you, you got to let them go. Because when somebody loves you in a relationship, they're going to support you. They're going to be there for you. They're going to encourage you. They're not going to try to tear you down. So for anybody, that goes for men and for women, if you're with somebody who don't support you, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, then, and you're being respectful or whatever, then, you know, that person just might not be for you, and that's okay. You know, just know your worth. And I just wish I kind of would have seen some of the red flags and not wasted time. But that's okay. Things happen, you know.
And you grow from it, and you learn, and you're moving forward. So like you said, you've been through a lot, the green heart. You still, the thing is about it, it didn't make you bitter.
No, not at all. So like when I meet another man, Lord, thank you. I don't bring what my baggage from a previous relationship into my next.
Right.
That has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Right. You determine what it is with me and you. You know what I mean? Like, you, even though I've been hurt, I'm not gonna like, oh well, I'm used to this, I'm used to that. Nah, that got shit to do with you. You know? So no, you got a clean slate. You know, and I tell them all that. I express my hurt, but nah, you don't got nothing to do with them.
All right, so it's kind of like school. You start with 100. Points start getting deducted.
You're right.
All right, so yo, let me ask you. So when do they got it? When do you fail them? Like, yo, you know what? When they started 100, around 70, like you got, all right, we're gonna have a warning.
Now, are we together or we're dating? Which one?
Let's do both. Let's do, because you gotta be dating first to get in a relationship. Look, if you dating, it probably ain't that much. You probably ain't gonna give them as much slack as if you was dating them. I mean, if you was with him in a relationship.
I'm gonna say I've grown a lot because the old me with the dating, I don't got time for the games. Okay.
Right.
I would have probably been out, but now I'm trying to be a little more open. Like, okay, let me see. I'm being a little more cautious. But at the same time, I don't have time for the games because I don't play kiddie games. I'm too grown for that. I'm too old. I have kids.
Right.
I don't do none of that. And if I just start seeing signs where you're tripping already early or whatever, I'm just gonna cut you loose.
Okay, so all right, for the men that's watching and for the women that might need to get their game together, we're gonna help them. We're gonna help them real quick.
It's not that hard. It's not hard.
What's some
I'm
deal
just a
breakers?
very loving person, and I'm very open. I express everything through my mouth. I express how I feel through showing you. So if you can't give me the same thing.
So he's talking a good game, baby. I love you, but he's not affectionate.
You gotta show me.
Talking ain't gonna get it.
No.
He's saying, but baby, you everything. But
Nope.
I want to play my game right now.
I
want to hang with the boys.
I've been there, and I'm cool. Like I'm the type of woman. Go out with your boys, do your man thing, because I'm gonna go out with my girls. Cool. We'll be back up at home type thing. But you have to show me, like, babe, how you doing? Whatever. Just be affectionate. I'm very affectionate. And it's not that hard. Like, I don't know why people make it seem like love is hard. It's not. It's not. It's about communication. I don't even like to argue. So if you like to argue, I'm not with it. I've never went through my man's phone. I don't do none of that stuff. And we shouldn't have to do that. Nobody should have to do that. If you have to do that, y'all, you don't need to be with them,
That's the fact. So let me ask you, you're very popular, very pretty, you pictures out. You ever had one of your exes go through your phone? Like, hey, what's going on? These ain't all just fans now.
Yeah, my ex, he did it behind my back. I mean, only thing he seen was all the guys in my inbox. Right. But I mean, that's all you're gonna see. My exes before that, nah.
Nobody went through it.
Nah.
That's the thing. You have some people that's confident, then you have some people that sometimes they go looking, don't find nothing. But it's different now. They done violated. He done went through your privacy.
And I think I felt like I had the flu when he did that. Like, I felt so sick. I felt so violated. I'm like, I've never went through your stuff. Why are you going through my phone? Like, we is too grown for that, And I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna play them kiddie games.
All right, so let's play a little game real quick. Music. Music lyrics is always the music for every situation.
Oh Lord.
What's one of the songs where it's like, yo, you know what? I ain't got time for this. Just one of them days. What's your song where it's like, yo, I know he didn't? What song do you go to?
I don't really have a go-to song. I don't really have a go-to song, honestly. I just started putting on random songs, honestly.
So
I whatever just upbeat is like whatever, fuck it,
All right. So when you and your vibe, when you zoning out, what's on your playlist? What you rocking to right now?
I like R&B, old, like the 90s, like my R. Kelly, my Silk.
When they used to reach for the sky like that.
Yeah, his 12 play CD,
12 play.
Like you remind me of my Jeep, Jodeci. Like, I'm still on my 90s people as far as R&B. I listen to a lot of like the old stuff. I like some of the new stuff now, but
right.
I just like my R&B from the 90s.
There's nothing wrong with that. So okay, when you say romance and we talk about relationships and stuff like that, the 90s, romance, where the men brought flowers, they loved their woman, they cherished their woman. Do we need to bring that back? Is it like too much, too cool? Everybody's too cool now?
Yeah.
Right. So, all right, let me ask you, what type of flowers do you like?
I would prefer some fake flowers. Like, I would like the thought of him just putting together like the fake flowers with the vase and maybe rocks. That way it don't get old and never die.
And that's the thing. So it's like, all right, you said a powerful thing because a lot of people, they want the real flowers, but they die.
Yeah.
Fake ones, I wouldn't even say fake, the authentic,
the
artificial, right? They're going to be there forever. So those things still win. So it's like, let me ask you, you prefer going to the club, day in, a night in the house? Which one do you prefer?
A night in the house, but then I like both.
You like
because
both?
I want a man that I can do everything with. Like
Right.
I'm an open female, so like I shoot pool, I play basketball, we can go clubbing, you know what I'm saying? We can go hiking, we can go do this, we can go do that. Like I do everything, even though I have nails, I'm very, I don't care, I break nails, whatever, you know.
Wow. Okay.
So like I do it all, bowling, whatever. I'm like, let's do it. I just ain't doing no skydiving. But
You ain't doing no skydiving. I don't blame you.
yeah, I want somebody that me and my man, hey, we finna go, you get your girls, I get my guy, you know, I get my girls, you get your guys, we go to the club tonight. Like I want to be able to do everything, you know.
Wow, there's nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you, how do you unwind? You do a lot. You're doing the actress, you're doing the modeling, you're doing the dancing, you're doing TV, you're doing actresses roles. So when you just want to unwind and relax, what's your perfect night?
Just to take like maybe a hot bath and you know just lay in the bed and you know maybe watch TV. I don't really watch a lot of TV. Maybe light some candles and just you know relax. Maybe put on some music.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you, okay, and then we're going to get off dating after this. What would be the perfect date or the perfect sign of affection in your eyes? Because everybody has their own love language. What would be like, yo, just give you butterflies like, yo, I can't believe he did it? What would break you and make you be like, yo?
I would say a date that has some thought into it. So not just like a restaurant. Maybe like I like corny stuff. So like a picnic, like maybe you drive me to the top of the mountain. Like I'm a city girl, so I love the skyline of the city. Like
Right.
most beautiful things. So even if you drove me to the top, you know, somewhere where we could look over the city and just sat on the hood of the car or a blanket on the ground. Like I like simple stuff. I'm not like bougie or none of that, you know. It's the little things that that get me. So just something with a lot of thought, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna give her a massage. Or it's like, damn, do they even do any of that stuff anymore?
Wow. See, you need to write a book.
Just simple stuff. Simple.
The women gonna thank you later. You need to write a book.
Oh, I am. I was thinking about doing something like a little show or something, like putting a like relationship game. Cause I have a lot of stuff in my dome, and just I used to hang around a lot of guys, so I have like a guy and a woman mind, and just different things on how to treat your lady and this and that, you know. So
okay, I respect that. So let me ask you, okay. I noticed that the agenda right now is they're kind of like taking the man out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that? And what do men need to do? Do they need to step it up? Keep it real with the men. What's going on?
So men, all y'all really need to do to keep your lady is just communicate with her, show her affection, show her that you support her and that you love her. Yeah, you could say it all day, but really you just gotta show her. You know, call her, check on her, see if she needs anything. You know, meet her halfway. A lot of men, they know that the woman is gonna do this, take care of the household, do this, but just show that, babe, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got it for today. You know, you go rest. Let me run you some water. I'm gonna do the dishes today, or you know, just take that extra step to show that you appreciate your woman. It's not hard. Just the simple little things. I'm telling you, will get a woman. A woman like me, I'm telling you, like all that buying me purses and all that, like I get my own stuff. You feel me? I mean, I ain't gonna say we don't like it. We do, yeah.
Right.
But that's not what it's about. It's just about that love, because the love is so hard to find. We just want that nurturing. Just nurture us, love us, hold us. I love you, babe. I got you. You know what? Don't worry about what you went through today. I got you. I love you. Boom.
All right. So let me ask you a real question. He shows up with green's your favorite color. He shows up with a green bag. Somebody else shows up with a Birkin bag. Who you rolling with?
The green bag. Because that's my color, and he went the extra mile to go get my color. You feel me? Birkin. I'm like, man, if you don't give me the receipt to that, man, I could have bought a whole house with that. What you talking about? You tripping?
Right.
You feel me? Like, you know what I could have bought with that? Wow. Man, I probably would be upset. You know.
Wow, you're keeping it real right now. A lot of people wouldn't say that. You're keeping it real, and that's showing priorities.
Yeah,
you're showing your priorities. So let's talk about the hosting. So now they calling you for the gigs. What were some of your favorite events?
Favorite events. Let's see. Oh man, I done been. Oh, I honestly, I done did so many of them.
Right.
I don't really even say I have a favorite. Trying to think. I mean, I've been around a lot of people, as far as even in Houston, like a lot of celebrities I've interviewed, like Paul Wall, Slim Thug, Lil Flip. I've been around a lot of different people, but I don't really have any favorites. Honestly, I look at every opportunity as a blessing. So to me, they all my favorite. I got to do it, and they called me to do it. So.
Yeah, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's real right there. So you got to meet a lot of celebrities. You're doing the club.
Yeah.
You're kind of celebrity yourself. You got your own brand. Now you're around the big dogs.
Yeah.
So it's showing you where you're going.
Right.
So okay, let's talk about the experience. They all were blessings that you were there. What were some of your favorite celebrities to be around? The most down to earth to you?
I say, look, Flip, he's cool. He's real laid back. He's very humble. I've been around him a lot here in Houston. He's real cool people. Let me see. Paul Wall, he was real cool too. You know, just all smiles, just happy. You know,
right.
And he was really cool. I'm trying to think of who else I met the Migos before they got popping. When I was a promoter in Florida, we had brought them to one of the clubs. And they looked so young, and that's before they really got popping. They were real cool. I've met some of the cast of Love and Hip Hop some years ago. We brought some of them down. Just different people.
Right.
Everybody was pretty much cool, honestly. Everybody I've met has pretty much been cool. I've met Maya.
Wow, Maya's dope.
Yeah, she was real fast though. She was like a little high and gone.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody was pretty much cool.
So, okay. So let me ask you, being a model, you know, you start doing events, hosting and stuff like that. How did you get into the promo?
The promotion, actually, when I was in Florida, one of my boyfriend at the time, his friend was a promoter. And I started going to the events and stuff. And he was like, man, I see your hustle, man. Like, because I was taking over the city, you know, and he was like, man, I want to teach you something different. Shout out to Mr. Cut the Red Tape. He's in Atlanta now. So I was like, all right, let's do it. You know, it's a model, but okay. So me and him got our own club nights at a strip club, and we used to do artist showcases. And he would be back and forth to Atlanta, but he taught me the ropes on how to work the door, how to get the artists. I would be behind the counter counting the money with the owners of the club at the end of the night, you know, breaking down the money, just all kind of little stuff. And eventually he had to move on to bigger things. So I started doing my own showcases.
Right.
And I used to call it up close and personal. And I started running about 30 to 35 artists a show by myself.
Right.
So I had to put the show together. I had to get the flyers made. I had to pay my security, pay my people, but I didn't cap nobody here. I basically was like, we're not doing slots.
Right.
I'm taking this many artists, whoever sign up, until we get to that number, you're on there. All you do is pay $10 at the door. You and whoever you bring, $10 at the door. That's just to get in, and you still get to perform. And then I would bring my own media out. I would have my photographers come out. They'd be outside. They would get their interviews free. They would get their pictures free, and that way, that was for their portfolio. And it was just a way to get back to the city.
Yo, and that's dope right there. So you're bossing up, you're putting on events, you're giving back to the community. You're meeting a lot of artists. Do you think that went hand in hand with building your brand as well? Because now you're meeting a lot of people.
Yeah, and a lot of people like, man, Danny, we miss your shows, you know, that you're not here. Because I used to have sold out shows, like they used to be packed, and because I just wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to break nobody's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to do that. But yeah, it does, because I always worked around artists, so I was able to get more artists under my belt, but it also helped me as a model, because then I was getting booked for videos, you know, and photo shoots with them, and you know, artist development, helping them, and teaching them how to like how they wanted their video. Like people would hire me, like, okay, this is my song. I could hear their song and be like, all right, this is how your video should be. It would just come to the top. And I would, produce like their video. So yeah, it's all tied in together. I'm like more of like consider myself like an entertainment model, but I'm willing to branch out however I can. Now that I got the tattoos, I don't know if that limits me, but I take whatever opportunity that's a good opportunity and I run with it.
Yeah, and you're doing your thing. So let me ask you, being 5'5", you said, right? All right. Has it been any challenges? Because people have a misconception you have to be tall and all this. You got to be 6 feet, wear 6-inch heels. Well, do you wear heels? So if you got heels on, you probably would.
I used to never wear tennis shoes. Literally have so many heels. I just started wearing tennis shoes and boots and stuff. But I wear heels. My legs just look long. But to me, like these days, you don't have to be a certain height, a certain size if you can throw on some heels. Now maybe New York Fashion Week and all that, they might have criteria and stuff like that. But I mean, so far I just been running with what I get.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So let me ask you, what's the biggest hill you ever walked in or did a fashion show or something, man? Model shoot.
The biggest one I did host. Did I walk in that? I hosted one in Atlanta. That was pretty big.
Right.
Trying to think. I've done so much stuff. My mind is so cluttered. Like I literally have been on over 250 flyers in almost 7 years. Like I keep them in my phone, so people are like, "No, you lying." I'm like, "Look," and I have a folder, and I scroll and show them. Like, yeah, I've done so much.
Right, 250 flyers. Like I'm saying, so it's like you definitely. The thing that I like about you is like you're doing it on your own. You're not just doing it. You're bossing up. You're making companies and you're making opportunities. So you did a lot of traveling. What are some of the places that you've been to?
I've been to South Carolina, Georgia, of course, Texas, Florida, Louisiana. I'm trying to think. I didn't go to Philly. I was supposed to go to Philly. Let's try outside. Those are mainly the states I've been to so far.
Okay, so I mean, you're getting booked and you're moving, so now you're traveling.
Yeah, I'll be going to South Carolina next month. I got booked to host a 2-day Stop the Violence event out there.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, so.
Okay, well, I'm right in North Carolina, so I'm right next door, so that's close.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina right now. So, let me ask you, okay, so now you're doing the modeling, you're moving around. What happened next? Because it's like you not only do that, you evolved in the promotion, club promoter. Now you're wearing 3 hats. What happened next? Now that's jumping. What happened next in your life?
From there, I did start working with the different artists, like I said. Once I stopped doing that and doing like the shows, I moved here. Soon as I got here, I got into shout out to Peter Allen with 95.3 Jams. He automatically pulled me into his team. Just BU Magazine, they pulled me into their team. Ashley Johnson, and there I became a street manager for 95.3 Jams street team. I've been rocking with him since I've been here. Ashley, I've been rocking with her as a brand ambassador. And then Jay with Brothers Production, he pulled me into my first movie called 6. We never did end up finishing it, but some of the scenes came out. And that's where I got into acting. And ever since then, I've been in different films. We won all the Smoke series. I got a couple new films coming up that I'll be in. I was in a movie with ESG. Just some different little films and stuff. I got some lead roles. So I was like, you know what? I don't think I can act, but I just got pulled, and I was like, I'll try it. So been running with it.
We got a clip, so we're gonna check it out in a second and see if you can act for real. But the thing that's so exciting is like, okay, you build up Florida, you get your brand. What made you leave? What made you move to Texas?
Well, it was a bigger market. Before I had left, I did win a top model award in Jacksonville, so I have a trophy. And Houston was a bigger market. I had really done everything because I used to go to Orlando, Tampa. It was nothing really to too much do in that area. And I knew I was originally going to go to Atlanta, but then I ended up coming out here. And like since I got here, like everybody's been pulling me, and they see that I'm different. And I was out here probably 4 or 5 months, and I won a top model hustle hard award. I got a big old trophy. And I wasn't even here that long, so I was very blessed for that. So now I got 2 trophies in 2 different states. I was very nervous though. I was like, man, I don't know anybody, this and that. But I started going to different platforms. People started pulling me under their platform, and I never was signed to anybody, so I could go to any platform I wanted to. So it was one time I was on 5 platforms. So I was on Just Be You magazine. So when I went out with them, I was with Just Be You magazine. I was on the red carpet doing interviews. I was with 95.3. So when I was with 95.3, I was wearing a 95.3 t-shirt. I was with the Texas Plug. When I was with them, I was wearing a Texas Plug t-shirt doing interviews. Like I was on different platforms, and I did everybody, and I just juggled whoever I was with, what shirt I rock, and just do it, and I'm still like that today. I'm still on a few platforms besides my own, and I don't sign to anybody. That way I'm a free agent. I can work with who I want to work with.
Nah, that makes sense right there. So let me ask you, was you already connected out there, or you kind of had to start from ground up and build it?
I started, but when I knew I was going to move out here, I started connecting early. So I started, I had got in touch with one person. I started trying to go to people's pages and find people and get into groups, like different groups for this state, Houston. And I started posting my pictures and started networking early, so that by the time I got here, I was already building.
It was already ready. So you laid the foundation already.
Right.
So now you're doing the platforms. You're on 3 different platforms. You're doing interviews, red carpet style. You get into the movies. I have a clip. I'm gonna play the clip. I probably play like a minute or 2 of it, because I think I don't think it's the whole movie. I think I just had a clip queued up. But we're gonna talk about the clip right after it goes off. Is that cool?
Okay. Yes.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the clip real quick. This is from the movie. You let me know what the movie was about, because y'all gonna break it down in the beginning what the scene is actually.
I can't even remember, but let's see. Okay.
All right, we about to see. So I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Stranger.
Black, is that you?
Live in the flesh.
Oh my God, it's really you. How you been? I'm Sabrina, the model. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. This is my 2nd film. I play Candy in this movie. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat at Sabrina the Model.
Hey, Miss Stranger.
Black, is that you?
Live in the flesh.
Oh my God, it really is you. How you been?
I've been good. Just got out to look for work.
Oh, I heard about your pops.
Oh, he won't be proud of me. He won't be so proud of me now.
Oh, he would be proud of the man standing here today.
Yeah, but I have to do better.
You will.
Oh shit. Look at the time. I have to go to this interview, but you can jot my number down if you want to.
Okay, I would love to.
Let's see. That was dang.
All right, so okay. It looked like y'all was doing the reading right there.
Yeah, that was just a reading. We actually did film that. We never finished it. But I was like real surprised, because I never thought I could remember lines, because I'm like, I'm not no actress. I ain't gonna remember my lines. I don't like to read, but all my films, like I remember my lines.
Wow.
So yeah, that was just like the guy who filmed it was that's called One Way. We're supposed to start back. I'm not sure when, but it was pretty fun. So I'm like, okay, let's do this actress thing, because I like it. Like I'm enjoying it.
So that's what I want to talk about. Okay, coming from the promotion into actress, what was it like in the beginning? And when did you get hit with the acting bug? Like, you know what? I can do this.
Well, when Jay with Brothers Productions, she reached out to me. He's like, I want to put you on a contract for this movie. So basically, if the movie sells, then you'll get paid this particular amount of money.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, sign a contract for the movie or whatever. But we never finished it. And I was just going over my lines, and I used to practice in the mirror, just read them over and over and over. And I'm noticing like, dang, I remember my line. And then when I got there to film, I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm really doing this. And they were like, man, you're a naturalist. And I'm like, all right, let's rock with it. And it was fun after I seen myself on camera in a movie, like a movie. I'm like, oh man, that's like, it's different, you know? And
Right.
I just been rocking with it. And then I started getting pulled in different films and stuff. So I
Okay.
just remember it.
All right, yo. So, all right, let's talk about some of the roles you played. What type of characters are you playing?
That one I had played a gay girl. I had a girlfriend. And I was messing with this guy. We never finished that one. I did an extra in a church scene for another movie. They kind of just show close-ups of my face, like me looking crazy or whatever.
Right.
Another one I played when We Want All the Smoke. I played the leader of a female gang.
Wow.
One Way, that one that you just seen. I also just played another girl who was, you know, dealing with that guy. We never finished that as well. I'm trying to think. I was in a couple more other ones, but I cannot.
It's
But yeah,
okay. It's
yeah.
okay.
I try to do lead ones. Like I got one coming up that I will be filming. We'll start next month. I am playing like the side chick. That the guy is in love with or whatever. So
Right.
I'm excited. That's a lead role I just got. So
Okay. So, all right, let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about, you say you're playing a side chick. So let's talk about with the message that music is pumping right now. Side chicks is winning, they saying. We know you don't get down with that. What's your take on that? And what is the madness going on? What is this music they're promoting? What they're pumping?
I don't do the side chick thing. I don't like to share for one. Like I'm the main. I'm not no side chick. I'm too stingy for that. But I mean, as women, we should not be okay with that. I mean, we really shouldn't just be okay with being a side chick. We should want better for ourselves. I can see one thing as far as like messing around. But I'm not gonna mess around with a man that has a girl, you know.
Right.
You gotta be single. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to my women, you know, period. Right. So I don't like the side chick thing.
No, I feel you on that. And
but it's easy to play. It's an easy role to play because it's life.
Right.
You know?
Nah, I understand. Yeah, nah. The reason I say that because like a lot of times with the music, a lot of them are promoting that lifestyle. Like, yo, we do what you want. You know, it's her man on this day, but he my man the rest of the week. Or I had your man. He was, you know. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, entertainment wise, it's cool. But the thing is, when people watch this, some people that's younger and stuff like that, they think this is the way. So we have a queen on the show. You talking about self-love. You talking about respect. It's like, I just want to see your take on like music and stuff that's coming out, the agenda that they're pushing. You know what I'm saying? We doing what the men doing. We the pimps now.
To me, I look at it as just entertainment. So what they say in the songs, that don't mean to go out and really do it. You feel me? It's just entertainment. So people have to learn to, okay, it sounds good, but I'm not gonna really do that, you know? So again, like we as women, we should, you know, look at ourselves better than that. And I mean, if you're okay with it, that's your life. It don't affect me. I just be like, okay, but you know, we don't deserve that as women. It shouldn't be like that.
I definitely understand that. Okay, so let's talk about the movie. We did the movies now. From the movies, you get more roles. You said we want the smoke. We want all the smoke.
We want all the smoke. Mm-hmm.
Is that a web series or is that a movie?
That's a web series.
Okay, and you're playing the leading role in that one.
Yes.
Okay, so what was that like? Let's talk about your character real quick.
So my character is I play the leader of a female gang on that. And we basically just the parts that we filmed in the first season, I was just basically me getting out of jail and getting back on the street and you know, linking up with my people. And you know, I had a little bit of beef with one of the girls, but so far that was it for the first season.
Okay, so where can people watch We Want All the Smoke?
It's on YouTube. It's on a web series on YouTube.
Web series on YouTube. Okay, so what type of roles you look forward to playing? I know you say you got more stuff in the works. What can people expect as far as you acting?
I did just get reached out to this guy in Chicago asked me about playing the lead detective. So we'll see about that. I've been wanting to do some action stuff. So, you know, if y'all are watching and y'all in the Houston area, whatever, if y'all want to fly me out, I want some action where I can do, you know, like some superhero stuff or whatever. I can, you know, be a detective or something like that. But I got different stuff coming up again. I got that one next month that we start filming for, and I'm always getting hit up about something. So I'll be ready today. Today come with the dates.
All right, I feel you on that. So let me ask you, how do you stay fit? How do you stay athletic? Do you do working out, yoga? How do you stay fit?
I don't. I used to be an athlete. So I'm just naturally small, but I don't really rest. I'm always moving around and I'm doing stuff with my kids and I'm doing stuff around the house. I'm like, what is rest? So I guess just my metabolism is high, but I will get back to working out here soon.
Okay. Do you have a special diet to keep it together, or you eat what you want?
I barely eat like that. Like I eat to get by. Like
Okay. So all right.
yeah.
So you eat to get by. All right. So what are some of your favorite foods when you do get to eat? Sometimes I'm pretty sure, like, yo, everybody like a good meal every now and then. What's your favorite meal?
I'm a barbecue person. Like I like barbecue, like boneless wings, stuff like that. Hold on. I like chicken strips. I'm like a real simple girl. Like I'm a cheap date. Everybody's like, you're a cheap date. Like I like the simple stuff. My favorite thing to eat is chips and salsa, which is weird.
Chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa.
Like the Tostitos, or what kind of chips?
Yeah, the Tostitos and salsa. That's my favorite. I just like anything that's like to go. I like just stuff that I could just quickly, you know, heat up. Every now and then I'll, you know, cook something big, but I do like barbecue, like potato salad, stuff like that. I don't really like seafood though. I don't eat seafood.
You don't eat seafood at all? No seafood. Can't do it.
Mm-mm.
All right. So that's it. That's again. Everybody wants lobster, shrimp. You said, yo, it's real women out here. They don't need all that. No Birkin bags. They just want you to be real.
Yeah.
They just want real men. So it's like, all right, okay. So now we talked about what you're eating. We talked about the modeling. We talked about the movies and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay. So now from the movies, you're doing model coaching as well. How did you get into that?
Right. So I got into the modeling coaching just by different people booking me. They're like, you know what? Like I want you to show, because they always seen that I was very confident. And they were just like, I want you to, you know, help others. And I'm like, okay, you know, let's do it. So once somebody opened that door to have me do that for them, I've even had artists like help me, hire me to help them pick out what to wear for their videos, or how they can maybe, you know, be in the video.
Right.
And I just ran with it, you know, and people really just wanted to have me do things because they seen how it was, or they wanted to teach me things, just seeing how I work hard. And so whatever it comes my way, as long as it's not really degrading myself, then I go for it.
Right. And it's nothing wrong with that. You're definitely progressing and you're making moves. So you're doing the model coaching. I seen you directing a couple events, I think, working with the models. I seen some videos. So then not only do you do that, you do like PR work, and you do like for events. People can hire you for events.
Yes.
So you kind of manage their event, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah. So you can hire me like for your events. Let's say, you know, you want to put on a showcase or whatever. Like I'll help you get the artist. I'll get the flyer made. If you need camera people, I can see this camera people come out and, you know, hire camera people. And if you need me to run the artist for you, or if you have an event that has time slots where you might have a guest speaker at this time or guest speaker at that time, I'll make sure everything's going good. I've done guest speaking as well. I've worked with kids at it was a school I went to and just worked with them, like a school for bad kids. And just, you know, I have my hands dipped in a lot of different stuff. Wherever people pull me to do, I do it. So.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So you was helping kids, you was doing that. So what kind of experiences did you have working with the troubled kids? How did you get into it?
I'm very sensitive. I'm tough, but I'm sensitive. So being around that, it makes you put yourself in a different frame of mind. Like, wow, these kids have really been hurt. And you try to talk to them and, you know, like, don't, why are you like that? Or just, try to get them to love themselves. And it's tough. It's tough because these kids are bad and, they might want to talk back. And you just kind of got to laugh it off. But, you just got to try to put it in something where they understand it. So it can be tough. It can be.
Okay, so being a model now, you working with troubled youth. Did they kind of like not take you serious at first? Like, oh nah, we going, or they was trying to flirt? How did it act? How did they act?
Yeah, they were younger kids. So at first they was just like laughing. I remember when I came in, they were laughing. The teacher was like, "Oh, you gotta guess, you gotta be quiet." And they just,
Right.
kept on. I'm just like, "Oh, this is gonna be, oh man, like, okay."
Right.
But I got them under control and started laughing with them and talking to them, and I get on a different level like how I do with my kids, and tighten up, and why you being like that? You got to put yourself in the kids' position, and then they warmed up to me and started asking me questions, and I guess they just had to get comfortable, and you just try to be there for them and just talk to them and just try to inspire them somehow. It can be tough though.
I definitely understand. So, what type of mom are you? You the timeout mom? You about to tear that butt up? What type of mom are you?
I'm the laid back, cool mom, but don't try me mom. So basically, like, I'm very close with my kids. I have 4 kids. And I'm like my kid's friend. I know a lot of people say you cannot be your kid's friend. Yes, you can. You have to be your kid's friend because you have to be able to put yourself on a friend level with your kids in order for them to talk to you about things. Because if you're on that mommy level, they're not going to tell you certain things. They're not going to want to tell you because they're like, oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, no, I'm not going to tell her this. No. But you have to stoop to their level and be like, all right, so what's happening? Like, what's up? What's up with this? And you got to make them feel comfortable to open up to you. And they're like, nah, that's not how it is. Let me tell you, let me put you on some game and tell you how it really is. And they're like, oh, really? But like my boys, they ask me questions. My daughter's like my best friend, very close to my kids. And they can ask me whatever. And I'm gonna tell them the truth. I'd rather them hear it from me than hear it from the streets and then be all flipped and made one way. I'm gonna tell them the truth and how it is. So you got to be your kid's friend. You have to for them to be comfortable to tell you things.
Nah, that's real right there, and that's definitely a lot of people make that mistake because, like you said, it's popular to say, "I'm not your friend, I'm your parent." But then the shutdown comes. Now they're going through stuff, trying to figure it out on their own, or asking kids their age that don't know, they don't know how to figure it out, so they make a lot of mistakes. So that's the thing right there. So let me ask you, what were the challenges? Because you said you have boys and girls. Which one was more challenging, the boys or the girls?
I had boys, so it wasn't. I have boys, so like my boys, they ask me a lot of questions about girls and what does this mean and what does that mean, and I just have to be honest with them and tell them what it is. But I have to play the role as mommy and daddy, and even me and my son, we have a little handshake. He's like, "What's up, Dad?" He called me Dad, sometimes, and that's cool, and whatever y'all feel comfortable with is cool to me, and just however I can educate them and tell them how things is and how life is, and I'd rather them again just hear it from me because I'm gonna tell them what it is, and that way they're not just getting it from the streets.
Nah, I feel you on that. With everything that's going on in the world today, what's your take on everything going on right now?
I've been very blessed during COVID. I really didn't like the shutdown. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, they need to shut everything down. Everybody's getting COVID," but look what happened when they shut it down. People were losing stuff. Families lost jobs. They lost their homes because of a shutdown.
Right.
The world don't stop. You gotta live. So to me, I felt like they should have never shut stuff down. What they should have did is just said, "Listen, you gotta wear your mask. You gotta do this. We're gonna do precautions, but the world has to go on, or people are gonna be homeless." So which one? Would you rather people be homeless, or would you rather people, maybe get sick? And I know people were dying, but I mean, they kind of were gonna die anyway. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a lot of people went down the drain because they shut the city down. I was just like, I was fortunate, I was good, but it was sad, like to see people didn't have this or have that and homeless, and because they did that, and I'm like, to turn around and open it right back up, y'all should have just kept it up and just put regulations in place to wear your mask, have your sanitizer. We're gonna do it like this. but people still gotta live. People gotta eat. They gotta have a roof. And to me, like, I don't know.
That's real right there. And that's a real, it's not a right or wrong. Again, I'm just, it shows people a different side of you. So let me ask you, shot or no shot for you?
Yeah, so yeah, I just didn't agree with that because I'm like, the world doesn't stop. Like, nobody's gonna still pay your bills. Like, your bills gotta still get paid. You gotta still have food. You still got a car note. You still got a mortgage. Like, none of that stopped. So them shutting the city down and the states down just made everybody fall.
Right. So now everybody's behind the
Nothing
eight ball.
stopped. I can see if they said, okay, no rent for 6 months, no bills for 6 months. Everybody got, that's one thing.
Right.
But for all that stuff to still keep rolling, like,
right, you're behind the 8 ball. So
yeah.
So now we're coming out of it. Everybody's behind the 8 ball. How did you survive? How did you float? And how did it affect you?
I was very fortunate. Actually, I was still doing my modeling through the pandemic. I was still getting booked for stuff. And I was very fortunate. I didn't lose my job or none of that. So I was very blessed to, still be able to have both. Because even people are like, hey, you still grind. I'm like, I'm getting booked for stuff. Like, nothing stop. I got kids. Like, right. I got to keep going.
That's the thing right there. You say you're a single mom. So you definitely a parent. You're working on these businesses. How do you find balance in all the things, in modeling, in your music, actress, in the promotion, and being a mom, working a full job?
My kids are very understanding. My kids are very understanding. I show all my kids my pictures. I do stuff with my kids in my free time. I take them. We're very outgoing. We go places. And I just explain to them, why I'm doing this. And, they watch my stuff. And my daughter, she's so supportive. She's 14, so she's been shadowing me a lot. I've been getting her into videos. I'm just like, well, mommy, you see mommy way at the top. Now, what I'm saying, what this hard work was for, so they're very supportive kids. They call me Sabrina the model. I'm like, listen, when I'm home, I am not Sabrina the model. I am mommy. Okay.
Don't get it twisted. All right, so that's a beautiful thing, and you got a beautiful life, a beautiful story. So now you're doing music. You've been around music for a while, since you was 13. What made you take the jump and start becoming an artist?
Everybody was just like, you should do a song, because I'd be in the car freestyling with my kids. Like, we would go on road trips, and I'd be in there freestyling with my boys to a beat, just playing around, I'm like, I need to do a song. And I just came, and one day I got a beat made, and I was like, what? I think it's time for me to do a song. So I literally got the beat made, and I sat in Walmart parking lot one day. I was getting ready to go to the grocery store and wrote the whole song. And I was like, I want to do something different that don't sound like what everybody's doing right now. Something that is different. And I sat there and wrote shout out. I'm like, I'm always on my live, like, man, shout out to all my people, all my hustlers, where all my grinders at. So I was like, how can I flip that into a song? And then that's what it did,
That's dope right there. So, let me talk about the recording experience. So you wrote it now. Was this your first time recording?
Yes.
All right. How was that? And was it like you a natural, or like, I don't like the way I sound? Was it hard?
No, it was a natural. It was a natural, and but I guess because I had been around the studio, I'm one of those people, I gotta have the beat before I can write. I can't write and then put a beat to it. I can't do that. Wow. So once I got the beat, I was like, boom. I was like, I'm gonna write to it. And then once I got it there, I just went with it because I had already been around it. So I just went straight in. I actually got a collab. An artist booked me to hop on his song, so I got to record that, record my verse. But yeah, just it was fun. I was like, oh man, it's me. Like, I was like a little kid. Like, oh shoot, that sounds good. And then my video was like, wow. I couldn't wait to do that.
Right. So what was that experience like? Did you come up with the treatment, with the direction for the video?
Yes. The outfits was on me. I did my own outfit. Shout out to Diversity Media. He's the one that shot my video. Faces by Tara. She did my makeup. Outfits by me. But I wanted that like Florida vibe. So I actually shot it down here, downtown Houston, where it had the palm trees to kind of get that Florida girl vibe. And we did like the bikes. I just wanted to be different. We had some cars on top of a rooftop, and then the main part was me walking through the street downtown. And I have my daughter and like some friends and some of my friends riding the bikes, the downtown bikes. You know, just something different.
Right. Okay. So now you shoot the video, you do the song, you see the video. What's your thoughts when you see the video?
I'm just like, oh man, that's me. Like, and the way my videographer did it, he did my snippet to like preview it as a movie trailer. Wow. So like everybody was like, how the movies come on when they preview the movie, that's how my trailer was. And I had built up so much anticipation before, and I just kept promoting it. Then I dropped the song, and you know, everybody liked it. I started performing it, and the artist wasn't really my lane, so I kind of fell back from it.
Right.
But everybody's like, man, you need to make more music, and I'm like, yeah, like I perform it when people ask, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should put like kind of re-release it and put some money behind it because everybody likes it.
You never know what can happen from it.
Yeah.
So again, you're doing a lot of things, and it's like people gravitate to you. I think it's the energy you put out. You put out a good energy, because I almost want to bring you back on the show already. I just met you, and you ain't even got off the show, and I want to bring you back on. So I think it's the energy, and you have that cool vibe. But it's like you said, you put in the work. You're a hard worker. Doors are opening. So now you see the video, people saying, yo, we want more of it. You said they may get a little bit down the road, or music not right now. They may get, you got the feature.
Yeah, I got the feature. But yeah, we'll see down the road. I write hooks all the time. Like I literally just be coming up with hooks. Like I'm a hook queen. Like I don't know. I just be writing hooks. But yeah, like I'll do another song. Everybody's saying I kind of want to do a spin-off to that, like something else kind of shouting out like people. I thought about something like that. Like different cities though. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, or different, you know, all the different people. But we'll see.
That's catchy right there. And you can even almost do kind of like a remix.
Yeah, something like that. Different beat probably. But yeah, something kind of shout out because I'm kind of trying to keep it along that for right now to kind of push me to be different. Like, okay, damn, she made them shout out songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's dope right there. So you're creating a lane. So let me ask you, what's 4 things on your bucket list that you want to do in your career-wise before it's over? 4 accomplishments you want to hit, and then 4 in your personal life.
Bucket list as far as career, I want to be a business owner. As far as I got a couple businesses I would like to own. Of course, I want to be an idol. I'm thinking about starting a women's club where it's going to be a fun club. We're going to travel together. We're going to do events. We're going to give back. We're going to do fun things. You know, spa day. You know, pajama parties. Just different things for women till we come together. We cry together. You know, we go club together. We have like a shirt logo. I might do like a little nonprofit for that. What else? I said the idol, I said the business owner, I said the nonprofit. I'm trying to think of one more. I really just want to grow my name. I just really want to grow my name. Like I got my own brand, Sabrina the model, and I see so many models putting the model in the model, you know, just different things. But like I got a logo. The logo is actually me, a picture. It's a silhouette of me, and I just really want to grow my name and grow who I am and how I'm trying to just bring people together.
Right, and that's the thing right there. And the reason that you're doing it behind you, like you said, is not just for your name. You want to grow your name, but you want to also bring people together. I hear you talking about giving back to people.
It's enough money for everybody. Like we got to work together. Like I just hate to hate like between people. I guess it's just how I'm built. You know, God just made me this way, and it's just my calling to bring people together. So that's what I do.
All right. So some of the goodest people, they go through the hardest fights. It ain't been easy. I can tell. How did you stay focused? How did you keep it together instead of keeping a smile on your face? Prayer,
because one of my closest people to me, which, you know, was my relationship, was one of my biggest haters and tried to pull me down. So I had to pray. I had to pray a lot. And I had to just look at my kids like, I don't care about nothing else. I'm doing it for them. So it took a lot of prayer and a lot of strength. And it was tough, but I had to do it, you know.
Wow. Okay. So do you remember one of your lowest moments You don't have to tell me what it was. Do you remember though?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to where you are now, you've come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Still got further to go. For somebody that may be in their low and think, okay, it's not gonna happen. Things ain't going right. They're in a hard spot right now. They have these dreams. They have these desires. What advice would you give them? Because not only did you have the dream, you made it happen. You wound up making careers and brands out of it. So what advice would you give them?
The main thing I'm gonna say is pray first. Because you're gonna need prayer. A whole lot of that. You have to pray for strength. And to harden your heart to where you don't get hurt. But just keep going. Again, you have to keep good people in your corner, people who love you. And if they're not supporting you, if they're tearing you down, or if they're trying to pull you down, you have to get rid of them, because there's no way. It may be a cycle. It might be good, bad, but you have to get rid of that negative stuff. Like I'm all about energy, and I can't have that toxic stuff around me. I can't have that energy because I feed off of energy, and I just can't. It'll bring my day down. So whoever's going through something, pick your head up. Don't let nothing get you down. Pray and be strong. You will make it through. I promise you. Even if it's just you, pick yourself up. Whether it's your kids or whatever is motivating you, just think about that and how it's gonna be good. And if anybody who's watching, if you feel like you just need some encouraging words or whatever, people reach out to me and may tell me what they're going through, and I'm like, I missed my call. I should have been a counselor. But you're more than welcome to reach out to me, Sabrina the model, and I'll just try to give you some encouragement to get you going, because I have a lot of people who inbox me, guys especially, and be like, man, you motivate me every day to do this, to do that. And I'll take screenshots sometimes and post it on my story, and I just feel good. It just keeps me going. And I'm like, I do it for y'all. That's all I tell them. I do it for y'all. Like, and they're like, man, like, and that's good when you can motivate a man as a woman. Like, that is like, wow, So I just keep going. I just feel like it's my calling. I'm very humble, and it makes me feel good when I make people feel good, or when I can help that next person.
Wow. And saying that, you reminded me of a Mary J. and Method Man song. He said, back when I was nothing, you made a brother feel like he was something.
But people, they look at my tattoos, they think I'm mean, or I guess because of how I carry myself when I go out, I carry myself a certain way, and then they start talking to me like, "Oh shit, you're cool, man. I should have been hit you up, man. I'm tripping." Like, and I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" Like, I be real goofy, and I like to have fun, and I like I've been knowing, and I just never been that stuck up type. Never, like, it's not me,
That's dope right there, yo. So again, you got the calling on your life. I can tell you, very spiritual.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're very spiritual. So how important is that in the times we living in?
You gotta
people
pray.
out here gotta
You
pray.
gotta pray. Like, you'll get more blessings that way. And if you have anything toxic in your life, you can prosper. Even me just being that and I'm okay to talk about it, that I got something toxic out of my life. I've been getting nothing but more blessings. And people were telling me that. So you have to remove that, and just stay prayed up, man. Stay prayed up, stay strong. Just take a breather, like, okay, I can get through this, So yeah.
That's a fact right there. And again, you're a dope person,
Thank
beautiful
you.
spirit. You're making moves. The calling on your life, the calling, and it's like, obviously it's ministry. You have ministry in you.
Mm-hmm.
DMX, we just lost DMX. DMX, he had a war going on. We all fight our demons. We all have wars going on. One thing about DMX, he prayed. You just said prayer is important. So I say that to say rest in peace to DMX.
Rest in peace, DMX. Yes.
Right, definitely. But a lot of the people that he met along the way, they all said, yo, in the middle, where it could be anywhere, DMX would stop and pray. So it's power in prayer. Definitely power in prayer. Yo, I would like to ask you, I'm not gonna put you on the spot.
Are you good?
Yo, would you mind praying for me in the show?
Yeah. You want to pray right now?
Yeah, let's do it now. And then after that, we're gonna wrap it up, because I done kept you longer. I done kidnapped you longer than I was supposed to. And then we're gonna jump into the video, and then we can close out from there.
Okay, you go. Is it Sion?
Yeah, Sion.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm about it.
All right, Heavenly Father, we come to you today and I ask you to continue to bless Zion. Continue to help him on his path that he's going through. Keep him strong, keep him focused, Lord. He needs you in this time, Lord. He is helping so many different people and so many people on their platforms, but he needs you by his side, Heavenly Father. I ask you in the name of Jesus to cover his show, his podcast, and whatever it is that he may be doing with the blood of Jesus and the Holy Spirit, Lord. Continue to follow Zion, continue to uplift him, and to continue to keep him strong and focused. And may anybody around him that is negative and not for him, may you remove them out of his life, Lord. I thank you for bringing Zion into my life and for blessing me with this opportunity, Lord. And continue to keep us safe, continue to keep us humble, and continue to keep us on track with whatever it is that we may be doing, Lord. And again, cover us with the blood of Jesus and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And I really thank you for that. And that's the first time we ever done that. But it's like, I felt like, yo, that's your ministry and it's needed. So with everything that you're doing, I ask that God continue to bless you, continue to open doors, continue to keep your heart covered so that the game, because it's a dirty game.
It is.
That doesn't make you bitter, that you can still bring light to the world, that you can still smile. And then when people, you actually turning the misconception around that just because they're pretty, they have a messed up attitude. Just because they're this, you're a regular person. You're not, actually, no, I take that back. You're not a regular person. You're a peculiar person. You're down to earth. But it's like, not only are you beautiful on the outside, you definitely is beautiful on the inside. You care about others and you love other people, because like even in prayer, that's action, that's love in action. And I thank you for that. And I thank you because like, okay, when I reached out to you and I asked you to come on the show, I didn't know if you would do it or not, because like looking at your brand, like, yo, she ain't gonna come up there. But I'm glad that you did, and I really appreciate it. And I like what you're doing, and I ask that God continue to keep blessing you and your career.
Thank you.
And your moves in that he sustained you, because like you said, even through the pandemic, he's covered you, he's protected you and your family. So I thank God for that. And I thank you for stopping by today. And I look forward to we
family now. I tell everybody, when we work together, I come on your show. Oh, we work together, we family. Like that's just how I get down. So yeah.
I'm with that. I need you when you get off though. Sometime they don't have to be today, but send me the link to the web series so I can watch it. I definitely want to support you on that.
Okay.
Let's tell them about the single. Is it out or is it online?
Yes, it is out on all platforms. It's called Shout Out by Sabrina the Model.
Okay, yo, all right. Yo, this is the Proof in the Pudding podcast. I go by the name of Sion 919. This is Sabrina the Model. Do you want to send any shout outs, anything before we sign off?
Yeah, I want to shout out all my supporters, all my fans. Shout out to Real Culture. Shout out to Just Be Magazine 95.3 Jams. All my friends, all my grinders, all my hustlers, all my hard-working people.
That's a fact right there, yo. Much love to you, and we want to shout out to all the listeners. This is the Proof, Sabrina the Model, y'all. One love, and we thank y'all.
It's a model on a track. Okay, let's go. It's a model on a track. Hey, shout out to my north side clique. Shout out to my south side clique. Shout out to my west side clique. Shout out to my east side clique. Shout out to all my people making money. Shout out to all my hustlers making money. Shout out to all my grinders making money. Shout out on that A. Side on that A. West side on that A. South side on that A. It's a model on the track, a real Florida girl, and I got it like that. I'm shouting all my haters and my grinders and my bosses. I'm really with the shit. Don't you see my eyes? Big boss shit. It don't matter where you from. Get it how you live, bitch. I'm number one. Big bang roll, bitch. I'm coming with the stacks. Cross sights up with the bag full of racks. Shout out to my north side clique. Shout out to my south side clique. Shout out to my west side clique. Shout out to my east side clique. Shout out to all my people making money. Shout out to all my hustlers making money. Shout out to all my grinders making money. Shout out to all my bosses making money. North side on that ass. East side on that ass. West side on that ass. South side on that ass. I'm on my Gucci shit. Real ball status, I can take a hit. Ay. Money stay higher than a flame that's lit. It's money in my city, I'ma make that shit. Ay, I'm on my ones and twos. Flipping that bread and serve it back to you. Ay, I'ma run up a check. My drip so icy that my money stay wet. Ay. Shout out to my north side clique. Shout out to my south side clique. Shout out to my west side clique. Shout out to my east side clique. Shout out to all my people making money. Shout out to all my hustlers making money. Shout out to all my grinders making money. Shout out to all my bosses making money. North side on that ass, east side on that